This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com in review. What I'm looking at today is 2020's Come Play. Come. C-O-M-E, not C-U-M. Play, because it's not porn. Directed by Jacob Chase. And what's really interesting to me is that I read on IMDb that Jacob Chase was mentored by Zack Snyder during his stint on Justice League, which is fascinating to me because it should have been the other way around, because David Chase can write really well. Zack Snyder can't write his way out of a wet paper bag. So that happened, supposedly, is amazing to me. In any case, Come Play is about a little boy who, through his electronic devices, encounters this being known only as Larry. It's also the worst name to give anything, but Larry in any case. And Larry wants to be his friend. And Larry will do anything and remove any obstacles to achieve that goal. And it's a really good movie. Not perfect, though it gets close. That being said, it's also only the second movie directed by Jacob Chase. He's done quite a few shorts, and this is his second feature-length movie. And it works really well. I mentioned earlier that he was mentored by Zack Snyder. Visually, it must not have rubbed off, because in terms of the way this movie is shot, it's not at all like Snyder's work, which isn't a bad thing, because I honestly don't think that would fit. But it's not like Snyder's work at all. And in fact, it's not bad. It's well shot, it looks good, but it's nothing extraordinary. What makes Come Play interesting is the story. Come Play revolves around this little boy. And part of the problem I have with the movie is he seems to be autistic, but the movie gives an impression that it's not autism and that there was something in his past that caused him to act as he is acting now, which is to say, he doesn't talk and he communicates through electronic devices. As far as I could tell, the movie's not really clear why he's like that, though it implies that something happened with his mother to bring it about. It never clarifies it. So a character mentions that the little boy is autistic, but it's very confusing. And I wish that were clearer. And another thing I wish were in sharper focus was the nature of this creature. Larry, the creature known as Larry. Larry appears first in this story that appears on electronic devices. And Larry, I should mention, seems to travel via his dimension through electronic devices. So if it has a screen, Larry can potentially come through it. Though how Larry does what he does isn't very clear, and it's really not all that necessary, frankly. Though I wanted to at least better understand how he was doing what he was doing. For instance, electricity seems to strengthen him. How? I don't know. It just did. I would have liked a little more clarity on that. But that being said, those are relatively minor nitpicks. Though I should mention, in a weaker written movie, there would be real problems, and if they weren't overcome, it would actually affect the quality of the movie. Luckily, Come Play is just that good. And for me, it ranks high in the hierarchy of child in peril-based movies. Movies like Cameron's Closet, Child's Play, The Possession, many, many others, typically centered around a child undergoing some type of threat from outside. The best thing about Come Play to me is that it made me feel. If you can watch this movie and not tear up on a few occasions, you're better than I am, because this movie almost had me bawling at certain points. It's very well written, and that helps you overlook some issues, some of which I mentioned earlier. Come Play is shockingly good and ranks really high because, and I'm repeating myself here, it makes you feel. I can't speak to how many movies I've seen where I just kind of shrug. In that context, it's not that the movie is bad, it's that I just didn't think one thing or the other about it. The movie has holes in logic, but it's really well done, and you will enjoy this. I can't imagine you won't have a good time with Come Play. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com in review. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow. Peace.